Minister Bheki Cele returning to Riverlea today to assess progress in the fight against zamas in the area. Cele told the community that apart from dealing with illegal miners, the Kingpins are also in the police crosshairs. He says authorities have already arrested about 89 masterminds, as he called them. Pule Letshwiti-Jones remains on the ground here in Riverlea. Pule, thanks so much for joining us. What did the minister have to say to the community this time? He spoke about 89 masterminds, which I've been trying to wrap my brain around, because normally you don't have that many masterminds and then you've got quite a few foot soldiers working under you. What was he trying to bring across to the community there today?
Yeah, well, Marcel, as far as we understand, is that the zamas would be the primary phase. Then you got the ones that have been arrested, who are the secondary phase, and these are some of the masterminds who are responsible for the shipment and selling of the minerals as well, which could include gold, or which could include some of the rocks and diamonds as well. And the minister says they're really hot on heels in terms of apprehending more of those who are involved in those kind of operations. But today we did see some of these zamas being apprehended, two of which were saying they're from Mozambique, and the other one arrested saying he was from Zimbabwe as well. But to get more clarity around this, we're joined by the Provincial Commissioner in Gauteng, Mr. Elias Mawela. Thank you very much for chatting to us this afternoon. Let's start with the minister saying they have arrested 89 masterminds. As the police, what does this mean for you? Are there more arrests expected in terms of those involved in this operation?
Yeah. Greetings and thanks once more for the opportunity given to us. Yes, the 89 the minister was referring to is out of the 40 operations done by the DPCI in Gauteng. We have been saying this thing that, the level 3 to 5 of the organized crime value chain, people, they think that we normally don't pay attention to those ones. So the minister was reporting on the good work done by the DPCI, and there is also a lot of expensive vehicles which were seized by the DPCI when we were doing those arrests, and some of their properties already attached. So we are happy about that, and we believe that it's going to reduce, or it will have an impact on this illegal mining, especially in our province.
What are you going to do then in terms of apprehending other zamas? Like I said, the three we spoke to earlier on who were put into the police van, one said they're from Zimbabwe, one from Mozambique, but the minister highlighting that there's still an issue with those who are allegedly of the Lesotho nationality, who are the ones who are actually quite notoriously known for this extensive operation of illegal mining in Gauteng.
Yeah, those one are our main target. Our intelligence community, the head of intelligence in the province, General Lekalakala, is working side by side with Major General Zulu. So identifying all those hiding spots for these Basotho nationals who are involved in this illegal mining. So we hope that very soon they will be pouncing on them. And we also know that in that big hole, we have launched our equipment which was provided to us by the private sector to can zoom and see what is happening underneath there. We have seen that there's a lot of them who are still hiding underneath there. But we have put measures in place around that hole waiting for them. Yeah, so there will be...
Which I was about to ask, what kind of measures will you be putting in terms of closing those holes? I hear the minister saying they want to ensure that the holes are cemented as well. But you've got a crisis whereby the zamas are still inside there. How are you going to be looking at closing at these holes as well?
Yeah, you see, the Department of Mineral Resources and Energy, they do have a company, I think they call it the Mintech. This company is being assigned to can do this thing. So they are having specialists who knows how to go about closing those things. They don't just go and close. They also check whether there's no people inside there and so forth. And there is the way in which they put the concrete and whatever to shut down those things. So those are the process which it will be undertaken by that department. But will be supportive. From our side, we'll still be waiting, especially in those holes whereby already we know that there are people underneath there, to wait for them. hunger, it will push them out. There's no doubt about it, and then we'll arrest those ones.
Would you say you're being failed by other government entities as well, such as DMRE and the Justice Department? Because you're now hard at work, you're making arrests, but sooner or later community members are saying the Zama-Zamas are back in the streets again as if nothing ever happened. Is the police not receiving sufficient support in terms of these intensive operations you have embarked on?
You'll recall that every time when I'm being asked about these issues of illegal mining, I always say that it requires the whole of government approach and private sector, including the community at large, that we work together to eradicate this thing. Because it will never be the sole responsibility of police. But I'm excited with the meeting which is called by the President tomorrow, because our minister will take forward especially all the frustrations which we were having all the time, whereby some other stakeholders, they were not coming to party. So at that level, I think everybody is going to be forced to can execute their own legislative mandate and assist the police in fighting this cause. And I have no doubt in my mind that working together with these other government departments will be able to can eradicate illegal mining.
Commissioner, just lastly, Western area, Boksburg, Kagiso, you name all these places that have been affected by the illegal mining. We've seen these kind of operations taking place there, but a week later, residents say the police visibility is nowhere to be seen. What has changed? What's new this time around? And how far are we in terms of an update on the 8 women who were gang raped in Krugersdorp as well? People were charged but acquitted later because it could not be linked to the DNA as well. How far are we?
Yeah, you know, in Gauteng we've estimated over 600 abandoned and derelict mine shafts. So there are many, it's over 600. So we'll be hopping around, working together with other stakeholders so that we rehabilitate and close those holes. And once we can close them, surely it's going to make our work easy, or it will give us some breather to can attend to other pressing issues. But going back to the issue of the rape, investigation is still continuing. Remember, each and every person arrested in this country, we take the DNA sample, and then it's been deposited in our database there. And even here we have established what we call it the processing center, which is manned by our local criminal record center people, the forensic experts, we have home affairs. Everybody is seated in there so that each and every person whom we are arresting, we try to can link them to the previous cases which we have in the province, including the very same cases of Krugersdorp.
Well, thank you very much, Provincial Commissioner Elias Mawela. They're just giving us an update after today's Imbizo. But Masala just wants us to take a listen to what one of the community members had to say earlier on when addressing and venting out their issues about the crime in this area to the Ministry of Police, saying that if there isn't any sufficient policing this time around, after these promises have been made, they will take the law into their hands. Let's take a listen.
Warning you, government. If you are not going to take Izanipino out there, we are going to do it ourselves. As the parents of residents of Riverlea. We are going to do it ourselves. This is a warning. It's not a threat. It's a warning. We are sick and tired of the government of South Africa. If something happens, they come running. After that, they run away. We are left with the problem. That you make sure that abahambi bayasala asasioma kupa labantu abaya. If anibakupi and if home affairs, because those are the only people that can tell if you are illegal or not.
That update brought to us by Pule Letshwiti-Jones, who has continued to spend time bringing us the very latest on the rather volatile situation in Riverlea here in Johannesburg. And he also got a very in-depth update from the police commissioner there as well. We thank him for that update.